What's up with it? What's up with it, man? We here for episode 23 of Smoking and Rapping, man. We inside a FAB joint, so we ain't gonna be smoking on this episode, you feel me? But, you feel me, again, we got another legend, you feel me? We following up, styling with FAB, you feel me? Had to get FAB because he probably, to me, in my opinion, is one of the only niggas I know that's from Oakland that's still around here that's gotten that big, and I could just pull up on you like this and just fuck with you like that, you know? But getting into the interview parts of shit, I wanted to know what even, like, when did you even first start fucking with the rap shit?
The music, I mean, music became a passion of mine, writing, when I found out that my father was dying from AIDS. And at an early age, I began to write about what I was going on. You know, a lot of us in the black community, we were real ignorant to what AIDS actually was. We all just thought it was a disease from, you know, that homosexuals would attract.
Yeah.
And we were very ignorant to it in the early 90s and in the infancy stages of it. And it created a lot of questions for me. Mm-hmm. You know, some things that I didn't have an answer for at a young age, of understanding of why this was happening to my father, this was happening to me. So I began writing, and in those stages I developed a passion for writing that later led to me, you know, doing music and doing other things, but realizing the power of the pen.
Yeah. So originally it was kind of like poetry, kind of poetry, it's like that. And then so, at what point was it where you felt like you could actually, like, music for you was an actual outlet to find success in life and not have to be a regular working 9 to 5 motherfucker, you know?
Well, music amplifies your inner voice. Mm-hmm. And if you have a place to release your inner voice, you can amplify it and it become an outer voice. And you can create an audience with it. Especially in today's times, where generally those that would never have any voice, they utilize social media to give them the biggest voice.
Yeah.
And a big voice with a big following can amplify many things.
Yeah.
So utilizing these platforms and studios and other things, you know, in the beginning of things, it was able to establish a voice for me that people would adhere to, and I've been hooked ever since.
And then you obviously being a legend, you've had a chance to work with countless fucking Bay Area legends.
Legend, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you a legend, bro. Like, you can't really knock that. Like, even though it's still like I feel like you probably one of those people that play it down to the sense so that you can still be around people and chill with them and then not be like, oh, photo shoots and autographs and all that shit. But you're a staple in this shit. You know, like, you can't really mention Bay Area rap. Of course, you might say 41st, but you're gonna be very close right behind there. You know what I'm saying? So with that, like, what would you, like, in the years you just had to be like, what? How many decades you been doing that shit?
About two days. I'm approaching dub almost.
So in that years of all the people you got the chance to work with, big, small, what would you say is the most important thing you've learned about the industry?
That it never stops.
It's an endless revenue.
It never stops, man. And there'll be another nigga next year.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and in these times, it'll be another nigga next week.
Yeah.
You know, people go viral and they be hot for a week, and then next week you be like, all right, who's next? Who's the next viral? So one thing that I learned, you know, from my mentors and from people that I've had an opportunity to work diligently with, in the famous words of Too Short, just don't stop rapping.
Just don't stop. You know,
but rapping is just more so about, not just so about just actually rapping. Don't stop rapping your gift up. Don't stop, you know what I'm saying? Don't stop rapping the business up. Don't stop rap. Like, wrap it all up. Yeah. And learn it and grab it and gain it and keep moving forward. But I feel like the biggest lesson that I learned is it don't stop. So don't get so caught up in, you might be the hottest nigga. You hot today, nigga. Tomorrow you could be cold. All it takes is for one bitch to release one picture. All it takes is for one nigga to, you know what I'm saying, release one something. You know what I mean? For you to lose your phone and they see certain shit in your phone. You know what I mean? You know,
gay shit or something.
Man, it's some weird, you know, whatever in the end of those niggas got. Some niggas got some cold sexual perversions. You know what I'm talking about?
That shit real too.
And when we live in those times, it just take one mistake. So don't get caught up in and oh, you the hot nigga now, man, because this shit don't stop.
Yeah.
You feel me? You'll be replaced fast and be forgot about.
Exactly. And we're saying that in social media, you obviously, when you first came out, there was no social media, right?
Not at all.
So how did you handle it going from no social media to, damn, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can literally dominate kind of now, even more than I did in the past, you know?
Well, the giraffe's food is in the sky. So he had to adapt.
Yeah.
And therefore they have long necks to get to their food. But
you got a pretty good following too, though. Like, shit, on IG, that's 234, I want to say. 234,000.
I think it's 235.
It probably is. It went up a little bit. And it went up a little bit.
I don't know, man. It's just, you know, a lot of that stuff is just people that just follow just because, you know, just to be nosy, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about the, I wish I could really narrow it down to the analytics of interactive following.
Yeah, people who actually fuck with you.
You know, are active with interacting with us and things of that nature. But one thing that helps me, bro, is I don't need to have hella followers. Like, it's dope.
Yeah.
But just give me, I'll take 10,000 active followers.
Yeah.
Over 1 million nosy motherfuckers.
Yeah. That ain't buying shit.
They
really
just looking at your life. You
yeah.
feel me? Like, my philosophy is always this. If I can get $10 from 100 people,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, a week,
it's gonna add up.
Them is numbers.
For sure.
Them is numbers, you feel me? That's 1,000. 1,000 a week.
You say off of the with being a person that went from even with streaming, like when you first rapping, it was you putting out a CD, as opposed to now you just put it out online. And then I saw something the other day where a person was saying, like, we still haven't got to the finished goal because streaming still doesn't pay out as much as it should. But the guy said, it was like, we still can't be mad because it's not free. Like before it was damn near free.
Right.
Now we at least get something. What would you say to that shit? Like,
I mean, you have to learn what works for you. There are certain people that they have social anxiety, so they can't be out in the streets like that. You got a lot of artists that are social introverts.
Yeah, I heard that about Rod Wave.
A lot of people are social introverts. They don't like being around people.
Yeah.
You know, and the internet is comfortable for them. There are many people that have never met their favorite rappers.
Yeah.
They've never got a chance to go see them in concert. They've never, especially nowadays, in today's time, there's many people that they'll actually never physically set eyes on their favorite rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Watch them through the social media.
There are some neighborhoods that have never seen artists that say they're from those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I've learned is these streets gonna always be here.
Period.
So CDs gonna always work because everybody ain't on the downloads. Everybody ain't niggas gonna always want some CDs to listen to. Everybody ain't got iPhones. There's still some old school niggas that ride around, want CDs, want, you know what I'm saying? So you got to learn to adjust. But in that adjusting, also remember that there's gonna be certain levels of things that's gonna always work.
Yeah.
Even when they made microwaves, they thought that was gonna replace stoves.
And that shit really is still a second hand to it.
It's people that still want their food cooked in the stove.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
You know, it's some niggas like, man, I wait. I won't mind. It's some niggas it's some people that want to put their top ramen and a couple noodles in the microwave. There's others that put it on that hot water and do it like that.
Exactly.
So, you know, it's gonna always be something for somebody.
And speaking of that, because I know that was something you kind of said in one of your promotional videos you did the other day, talking about the microwave and the food and patience and things of that sort. What led to you, a little bit of both in this question, what led to the uncussed skits, and then what led to you actually, because I feel like, even for a rapper from Oakland, California, bro, you're very well spoken. Like, you talk like a motherfucker that been to college, all the shit, you know?
I have been.
So, it's like, when you be right there talking and you be doing that shit, like, what motivated you to start doing those? Because I know they get fucking stupid views when you do them, for one, and for two, but like, what made you feel like people would take, besides from rapping, because they listen to your music, of course, but what would make you think that people would take what you wake up and say and take it to their heart and use it in their life?
Growth comes with understanding that the greatest riches that one can attain is enriching others, empowering others,
as opposed to only empowering yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had something, a platform or some potion, and if I'm the only person that's drinking this potion, but everybody else around me is sick, then what good is it?
Yeah.
What good is it?
It's only good to you.
It's only good to me.
Yeah.
And some people are so rich. I mean, some people are so poor that all they have is money.
Yeah. That's one thing that makes them happy, as long as they have money.
But they not happy.
Yeah.
Cause even then, with all their money, they can't do nothing. It's a nigga right now who got hella money who can't go spend it because he worrying if the feds gonna hit.
That part too.
It's a nigga who got hella money, but he can't go nowhere because he funking with everybody. Shit. It's a nigga who got hella cars, but he can't drive none of them because he on parole and he know he don't got no license. And, you know what I'm saying?
Real.
It's just, so that shit don't mean nothing to me. So my whole shit is, dude, if I can't empower my people, if I can't enrich my folks, if I can't get no gain of my folks to help my people out, man, you only as powerful as the people that you help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You only as powerful as the motherfuckers that you enrich. Yeah, you rich, but everybody around you poor. Exactly. And the brokest individuals normally be the niggas with the most money.
For real, for real.
Cause they spirit just broke. They minds is broke. They hateful individuals. They malice. Ain't nothing worse than the rich niggas that's jealous of poor niggas.
It's like making it to your ultimate goal in life, but you have a fucked up relationship with like your family and
you
shit.
Fucked up.
So you can't really
it's some rich ass insecure niggas, bro. Niggas be rich as fuck, still hating on a nigga with no money. Like, remember when Yuck used to be like, nigga, you niggas is in Bentleys, not Mercedes. Like, nigga, why you hating on me, nigga? But it be like that. You be like, damn, bro, these niggas is really rich as fuck, still mad at another nigga because of their luxury of freedom. Like, the luxury of freedom. And what I mean by that is, in the reality and the freedom of will, the will to say, I'm not going to be a hostage to any of my success.
Yeah.
And the minute it gets like that, bro, I don't want it no more.
Period.
I don't want to be a hostage to my success. I don't want to be a person that can't come, to the store, or who can't go to neighborhoods, who can't ride around, who can't go to the lake, who can't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person that's that successful that you can't do that anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's like, you're a hostage now.
Cause you do enjoy it, like you sideline at the Warriors, like I done been at the club before and just seen you right in there playing dominoes and shit. So it's like
I'm enjoying life, bro.
You get to chill with and around people that actually saw you grow.
Right.
Shit. The first time I ever even was around you, cause like I know you related to Zoe and shit, and his family. Like one time I was homeless and shit, his family actually took me in and shit. And so one time we went to the club one night, and like you say that shit, word up to the club 40, 50 deep, like nigga, you really have 40, 50 people with you. I couldn't even get in because there was so many motherfuckers and shit. Right. On some real shit. But walking in right now and shit, I wanted to ask like what led to those skits?
The skits is just natural shit. First they started me and my sister we just do shit. Like, this is my family. My family is like, my mother passed, my father passed, my granny passed, so I don't really have a lot of real family. I mean, I don't want to be an insult to my family, but immediate family that's real true bloodline. Yeah. Most of the people that my brothers and sisters and uncles and aunties, and these are people that have, these are relationships that have maturated in the streets. Yeah. And I've grown, I've grown to those roles with these people, with these individuals. And my family is a real, we thick. And some people would say y'all dysfunctionally functional.
Yeah. Like most black families.
Yeah, but we embrace it though. We have hella fun with it. And it's just like, I want to be able to show, like, this is what we're doing. This is what life is about. Your family is just like this. Yeah. Every family has a unc like unc.
Yeah, for sure.
Or a sister or a cousin. Like, we have that. We all have that in our family, and it's to embrace it and have crack jokes about it and have fun and show the world, like, bro, ain't nothing wrong with it. Like, we come from a serious city. Right. We from a serious city, so rarely do you see people on their joking side of things, right? But when you show that, to me, I always learn, nigga, some of the realest niggas is the funniest. They fucking hilarious. Like, niggas is hilarious, but it's just they don't never get a chance to come out of their shell. Real. And then there's always people that, you got certain individuals, certain family members, certain cousins, nephews, aunties, nieces that could bring them out of their shell. And that's what it is. I'm just bringing my people out of the shell for the world to see.
That's just real. Or getting into dope area now. What at what point was it where you actually sat there and thought about doing dope air?
Oh, it's random. We just sitting up, chilling, laughing one day, and cracked a few jokes. And one joke led to another joke, and the joke led to an idea. The idea led to the starting and the spawning of a t-shirt collection. And the curators of it, we were able to put some things together. My brother, Duct Tape, my best friend, G-Field, my childhood friend, Crypto, we all were just sitting down and thought about some ideas. Next thing you know, we ran some shirts, pulled up on a few people liked the idea, and we've been rolling ever since.
Yeah, because that shit's, I know when I first seen it, that shit was just like, that shit hit. Like, yeah, everybody was wearing that shit. You saw it on different people's social media. And then, so what was the elevation? What led to the elevation from the first store to this store?
Growth.
Or just
growth. You know, if you put a shark in a pond, he'll only be as big as that pond.
Yeah.
You put a whale in a pond, he won't be the whale. He won't be what you respect the whale for. And you have to put a whale in the ocean. You have to put the whale in the sea. And we outgrew our first store, which was a blessing to have. It was in the neighborhood that I grew up in, so it was protected and haunted by my neighborhood.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying on that.
You know, and understanding that, you know.
It's kind of like how you were saying when it's kind of far as like getting out.
Yeah, it's a gift and curse, because you're so comfortable you don't feel like you need to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But then you suffer the expansion and the expounding of your brand because you don't want to go anywhere else. You're comfortable because you're in the neighborhood that you grew up in, but you also have to understand the politics of the neighborhood. There's certain individuals that won't pull up because of your neighborhood. They're like, y'all, man, I ain't finna go over there. I'm gonna just be tripping, bro. So, you know, you deal with those things. It's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, it was a blessing to have an opportunity to learn some of the ins and outs and some of the around the yellow and red tape. And now here we are on Broadway, which has been amazing, a blessing, a beautiful place to be. But even more in expansion. Let's go to other cities. Let's go to different states.
Yeah. Levels.
Just keep going.
And then so with that, I want to say you also followed it up with the weed, right? Because I brought some of that weed before.
Dope Air Cannabis.
Yeah. So what opened up that door for you?
I mean, you know, they've legalized weed and now it's like a trend. But I tell people all the time, man, like, you know, I sold weed to help my mama with bills.
Yeah.
So now I got opportunity to sell weed legally and can do so. Yeah. And you know, it's $1 billion industry. So we can really go reap the profits of those that have, you know, they've incarcerated people for several years for selling weed.
Yeah.
Now we have the opportunity to reap the benefits of that. And here it is off this plant. We can feed our folks. We can come up with different shit and keep dropping. So, you know, my main thing with the tree is bust your moves, get in the moves, but it is what it is. It's another business.
And then but could you explain a little bit how did you actually do the whole, you don't gotta talk about numbers and all that shit, but like as far as like how did you actually do that deal when it came from like, was it a thing where it's like you're FAB, we know if we put Dope Air on some weed, it'll sell, or was it like you were like, fuck it, I see the money that's made in the cannabis industry, I want to put Dope Air on some shit and start pushing the actual Dope Air brand?
It's branding, man. Everything is branding.
No, because I feel like some people, I always ask that question with the people that tie weed into their brand, because like for me, like that's one element that I haven't took into my brand yet, but I do want to do one day.
Life is all about branding, bro, and it happens in every aspect of life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Christianity is a brand of religion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, everything is branding. You become branded. You know, you want to be a Kappa, you go to school, you Omega, you Kappa, that's branding. That's why you get branded. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You get, you know what I mean? You get all type of shit, man. We rep neighborhoods. We go get neighborhoods tatted. We're branding. We're branding our neighborhoods. You know, the Raiders, they brand their brand. Yeah. So with Dope Air, you know, you see this shit, you brand everything. You know, I'm putting a brand on it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
If you can put Dope Air on it, you
nigga, I'm putting Dope Air on it.
That's smart though, shit.
Greatest niggas that ever do it, niggas Master P.
Yeah.
You get a chance to go watch those No Limit Chronicles, nigga, you be like, this nigga P was cold. Nigga, that nigga putting no limit on everything, nigga.
For real.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, nigga brand it. I'm not gonna give a fuck, nigga. For whatever it is, I'm gonna brand it, baby.
Bro,
I'm gonna put it on it, man. What? Yeah.
And that shit's quality weed too. I will say that shit too.
Yeah, for sure.
When I paid for it, I smoked it. It was good. It was good quality weed and shit. And so, a couple of important questions I want to get to before we wrap it up and shit one was, how did Mac Dre's death affect you for the good and the bad? And then I wanted you to follow up that with how much of an important staple is E40 in your career, would you feel like?
You know, I think everybody was devastated by Dre's loss. Me having, in the latter years of his life, establishing a friendship, a big bro, little bro relationship with him, realizing and adhering to his vision of what he wanted to do and what was the expectations of what he wanted to take Bay Area music, what he was creating and galvanizing by organizing the certain individuals that he were putting together to create a label was amazing. I was happy to be a part of Dre's vision and to be a part of his dream. So I feel like, I think the bad part more so was from an emotional point of view of everyone being devastated emotionally that we lost an icon and we lost a legend to unfortunate situations. The propelling of that was when he left, there was a vacancy, and the vacancy was who's going to take it over now? Yeah. Who's going to step in and be the driving force to continue to keep riding? Whether it was so much taking over the throne or just taking over the position of saying, when you're on a basketball team, if the star player gets hurt, somebody has to step up. Yeah. And, you know, and whether you become a star or whether you just become a person that's stepping up, that's up to the public to decide. I never really cared about who was the best, because the best is all perception. You can ask 10 different people who their favorite players are, and
I get
10 different answers. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, regardless, I know that what I'm going to do is I'm going to always give my best, and I'm going to always be my best. Yeah. And if I can get people to believe that I'm the best and whatever, then hey, welcome to the, you know, to the belief system. But other than that, it was more so just like, I'm going to continue to keep moving forward. There was a void of leadership where we're from in the Bay Area, and I took the initiative to try my best to fulfill those shoes of something that was some big shoes to fulfill. 16 years later, I'm still in the movement of moving it forward, and the trajectory is continuing to keep going, opening up opportunities for not only myself, but for others around me. And I think Dre's vision is being fulfilled. I'm happy with, you know, with the way things have turned out and the things are turning out, and I'm very appreciative of that. E40 was an icon and another person who I grew up and I idolized growing up, and some of the things that he's done. I love his business sense of what he's able to do with business. Yeah, he's an extreme businessman. He's a great businessman, and I think before there was even a Rick Ross, there was an E40. Yeah. So if we would do those comparisons, we would say that Ross is like a Miami, Florida. That's true. I mean, a Miami 40. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? This is a man who's been a millionaire since the early 90s off business. Yeah. So, you know, he has a multitude of businesses today. He continues to thrive and he continues to remain relevant, not only musically, but business-wise. And he's definitely on the top 10 list of my inspirations. And I'll always commend him for that.
So at what point was it when you actually met them in your music?
Me and 40 met when I was about, about 2002, 2003. Just working, you know, we would do a lot of things to build our name and buzz. The Stylings, the Shady Mates, Chevys, and then we would have this thing called Mingles. It was a place called Mingles. And Mingles was the melting pot for all the artists that were trying to get on. Mm-hmm. And there would be times where Too Short would come, which is one of my biggest inspirations. Okay. Short Dog. I love Dog. Dog is like, you know, Dog is that guy to me. But they would come, and Be Legit would come, and others would come. And us being young guys and performing, we would always try to give our best effort when they were there. Yeah, turn it up. And turn it up and do whatever we have to do to even just be recognized by some of the icons. Yeah. And some of the legends from our area. And you know, people caught wind of the work that we were doing. So, you know, when me and 40 met, we met on the fly, we met on the flu like that. It was cool. He was like, yeah, I've been hearing about you, been working, and, you know, I just been working. I've been working since then. And we hooked up. We did a couple records, and it's always been a mutual respect, you know. Yeah. As you get older, you learn to accept things for what they are. They are what it is for.
Is there, it's gonna be there.
It's gonna be there, you know. Don't try to pull so many teeth out of the relationship. Just let it go, you know. Just smile and let it go, because it is what it is. Love Fo, like I say, Fo's been a big inspiration to my career, musically and things outside of music.
Life overall, baby.
Yeah, just, you know. my main thing is, you know, the blueprint has been set from the forefathers of Bay Area scenes, you know, the Mac Dre's, Too Shorts, the E40s, Andre Nicotina's, you know what I'm saying? And now it's up to me to study their blueprint, create my own, and hopefully at the end of it, you know, my name be in the Raptors like theirs.
That's pretty much the last question. What is the ultimate goal for your career? Being somebody that's been in the industry this long, you've had success, you made money, you've worked with big people. I want to say I've heard of some songs that you wrote that have been pretty big songs. What's the ultimate goal? Like,
my ultimate goal is when it's all said and done, the last thing I want a person to be remember me as is a rapper.
That's real.
You know what I mean? We talk about Will Smith, we don't talk about him being a rapper. And this is the first rapper to win the Grammy.
Yeah.
You know, this is the first rapper to bring the Grammys to, you know, hip hop to the Grammys. That was amazing.
Yeah.
People won't even comment Will Smith being a rapper right now.
Real,
people won't even comment Ice Cube being a rapper.
It's like the last thing you say. There,
That's the last thing you say. Like, oh yeah, and he raps.
Yeah.
And he's pretty good too. He was pretty good. You know what I mean? So my main thing is more so about the community revitalization, revitalizing our community, building the things that we're doing in the community, from Boys and Girls Clubs to I want to have some transitional homes, you know, of helping people in the reentry programs. We're getting inmates that have been previously incarcerated, getting them back on their feet, doing things like that. I want to work in that kind of work, more of the community works, some of the philanthropy that we've been doing over the years of helping shape and mold the community in ways that would definitely bring about change. Give dreams to the dreamless. Film work, movies, more clothing, more different things, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I feel like one
just
of the best.
Outside of the box of the rapper.
Continue, you know, a rapper is just so much, like, and I'm so much more than a rapper.
Yeah.
So I feel like at the end of the day, I want them to be like, oh yeah, and he used to rap pretty good.
Yeah.
And he'll still rap around your ass, you know what I'm saying? Still rap, you know.
But that business though.
That business, more so business. That's my goal, you know. Jay-Z has set the bar to where we can be billionaires. You know what I'm saying? Kanye has set the bar to where you can run for president.
Yeah.
And people think you're crazy at first, but if anybody that's doing any voting, and right now you see Kanye's name on the ballot.
Yeah. And which is probably might not be that bad of a choice with the crazy shit going
but
on.
just what I'm saying, this is somebody from fucking Chicago. This is somebody that's like from West Side Chicago. Like, this not no like this ain't no politician. It's somebody from whose name is actually on the ballot, who's actually getting a lot of votes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Whether they're doing it to split the votes or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get anybody to talk about, oh, do this. No. But that's an option.
For real.
People call Ye crazy all the time, but how are you crazy? You may say somebody's crazy, but nigga worth $5 billion, nigga.
For real.
Some ain't crazy.
Exactly.
Some ain't crazy about him. He doing something right.
Exactly.
You feel me?
I feel like people that's like that, I think people say they're crazy because they say what's on their mind all the time.
Nigga doing something right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just some people that don't say how they really feel.
Nigga is doing something right. So if that's the kind of crazy it ain't gotta be, come on, crazy.
Let me get it.
Come on home, crazy.
For real.
But man,
next thing you know, these fat dope era shirts gonna be $600.
Come on, crazy. Come on, crazy.
$600 for the dope era now, man.
But man, at the end of the day, man, I just wanna, you know, I wanna continue to keep living in my dreams and turning my dreams into reality, empowering others, becoming a better friend, a better father. You know what I'm saying?
Better man overall.
Just a better man, a better person, you know what I'm saying? A better person, man. There are things that, you know, the errors and the mistakes that I've made thus far with my daughter, I want to, you know, better them with my son and, you know, correct them and continue to keep building and build up the relationships with my daughter and be the man in her eyes that she could see herself with one day. You know what I'm saying? A like individual, you know, a man of that, who represents a stature. And sometimes when we look in the mirror, we got to ask ourselves, man, what we want our children to be with a guy like us. And those are things that I have to better, you know, improve on. Nobody's perfect. And perfect actually becomes your enemy. So continue to keep working, continue to keep building, continue to keep growing. And that's what it's about with me. Is I just want to keep growing, keep becoming a better person, becoming wiser, and not always trying to be right. If being right disturbs peace, then you don't have to be right all the time.
That's real.
And not being right all the time doesn't mean that you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you learn that when you get older.
Sometimes you just got to be wrong to be right, too, though.
You just be like, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. That shit's real.
But nah, man, it's love, man. The arrow way, not the other way. That's what my mother say. And y'all keep working, y'all keep grinding. Shout out to all the artists out here that's on that grind, that's working. Shout out to the dreamers, shout out to the entrepreneurs, and shout out to you yourself.
Man, what's up? What's up? Smoking and rapping, man. Another legend. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. And make sure y'all come up here and buy some of this dope air, you feel me? Support the music, all that good shit, man. And thank you, you feel me? Because another nigga like this, you niggas might have to start paying to get on that shit, man.